Good evening, everyone. So now I'll be starting our class for system based attacks. Okay, so system based attacks we'll discuss today. Last class we discussed some web based attacks. Okay, so am I audible? Am I visible? So if I'm audible, please mention in the live chat that yes sir, you are audible, so that I can make sure that I'm audible. Yes, please write down in the chat box. Yes, everyone, please, those who are watching me, please mention in the chat box that yes sir, you are audible, so that I can just make sure that my voice is clear, audible to you. Yes. Am I audible, guys? Okay, great. Thank you, Satyajit, for confirming. So we'll start our session for today. That is system based attacks. Okay. I'll just write down here. Please stay tuned, please stay connected. So we'll be covering today system based attacks. Okay. So yeah, last class we discussed this one. Some web based attacks. Okay, so we discussed, so last class we have discussed what number one, what are the system web based attack, phishing. Okay, second one, we also discussed what social engineering. Yesterday we discussed social engineering. Okay, also we discussed that is MITM, right? MITM, that is what, man in the middle attack. Okay, and also we discussed what are the other things we discussed. Also we discussed that is denial of service, right? DOS. Fifth, we also discussed brute force attack. Okay, brute force attack. Okay, number 6, also we discussed what session hijacking. Okay, so these are the attacks we discussed yesterday. Also there are so many attacks. Okay, but it is quite like impossible to not impossible, it is quite difficult to discuss all the attacks in a single class. Okay, so I am keeping those attacks for upcoming classes. Okay, so whenever we'll be getting that example, I will be explaining all the terms. Okay, so there will be some time, like in the like in order to explain some terms, we have to explain some attacks. So at that point I will be explaining all these things. Okay, so for now we'll be discussing web based attacks. Okay, so these are the web based attack. Now we'll be discussing what system based attacks. Okay, so let's come to our point. So I guess all of you have joined. So yeah, so those who are watching, thanks for joining here. So we'll be starting our class, today's class. So it is what? System based attacks. System based attacks. Okay, so first we will be discussing one point, that is first point I have discussed also yesterday, that is what? Your virus, right? It is virus. So what do you mean by virus? So virus is what? It's a malicious program. It's a malicious program, or you can say malicious software program. Okay, so we'll just write down some main points from the definition. So it is a malicious software program. Okay, malicious software program. Okay, so it is a malicious software program that spread throughout the computer files without the knowledge of the user. Okay, so second point, like it spreads without the knowledge of the user, right? Okay, so it is a replicating malicious computer program that replicates by inserting copies of itself into other computer programs when executed. Okay, so it can also execute instructions that cause harm to the system. Okay, so it's a self so it's a self replicating program. Okay, so first point, it's a malicious software. Malicious software means what? So what do you mean by malicious? Malicious means which is harmful. Okay, which is dangerous. Okay, so you can just make a note of it. Malicious means what? Which is dangerous, which is harmful. Okay, so that is malicious software program. So in malicious software program, let me give an example. So let's say you are downloading something from the internet, and by downloading that file your system will be corrupted. Okay, so that's the example of virus. So virus means what? There are some harmful programs which is fed in that file or in that software. Once you download, it will be replicated. Replicated means what? It will be doubled. It will be it will be copied in your system in multiple files. Okay, that means the program will be replicated. Okay, it will be copied, okay, into number of files. Okay, let's say you have downloaded the file, you have downloaded one, it will be multiplied by like more number, like let's say 15, 16, hundreds or 2000, it depends on the program, automatically it will be replicated and it will be spread in your system. You cannot even know that these files have been spread in your system. Okay, so that is the characteristics of your what, this is the characteristics of your virus. Okay, so it replicates multiple times. Okay, so it's a self-replicating program. Okay, like which is harmful to the system. Okay, so that is virus. Okay, if you all have understood this concept, please mention in the chat box that we understood what this virus. Please mention virus in the chat box. Okay, please mention virus in the chat box so that I can know that you are just watching. Great. Omraj, Sneha, Satyajit, Bismita, Swadhin, yeah, thanks. You understood virus. So let's come to the next part, which is your worm. Okay, so next point will be discussed, that is worm. So some of you must have this may come in your mind that why sir is teaching us these things, virus, worm. Okay, these are very boring subjects, boring concepts. No, this is not boring. This should be like interesting. Okay, you should think as an interesting topic. Okay, keep the energy on and keep keep increase your interest so that cyber security will become easier for you. Okay, so this is a very important subject, and in your current semester you may read this one, okay, as one of your ACC subject. Okay, so yeah, so from the day one you cannot learn ethical hacking. Okay, so first you should know the basic concepts of cyber security, then we will move to some kind of cyber forensics, and then we will proceed to ethical hacking. Okay, so this will be our 2 months program, okay, where we will be learning the basics of cyber security plus some concepts of ethical hacking. Okay, so so from the day one you cannot be a ethical hacker. Okay, so you have to learn these concepts first. Okay, so let's switch to our another point, which is your what, worm. Okay, so virus we have discussed, now it's worm. Okay, great. So let's come to this one, worm. Okay, so what is worm? So it is a malware whose primary function is to replicate itself, to spread to uninfected computers. Okay, so it works same as the computer virus, but what's the difference? Worms often originate from email attachments that appear to be from trusted senders. Okay, so there is no more difference between your virus and worm. Some similarities are there. So in virus also it self replicates itself. Here in worm also it replicates the program itself. Okay, so we can write down the first point. So it is a type of what, malware. Okay, it is a type of malware program or malware. Malware means what? Who can explain me what is malware? You can mention in the chat box. Let's see who knows the meaning of malware. Yes, please write down in the chat box. Malware means what? What is the meaning of malware? If you know, you can write down malware. What is the meaning of malware? Malicious software. Om Raj. Very good. So malware means what? Malicious plus software. Okay. So malicious means what? Which is harmful. Okay. So so it's a malicious software, okay, whose primary function is to replicate itself to spread to uninfected computers. Okay, which is in fact its target is to spread or replicate itself to the uninfected computers, those who have who have not infected. Okay, so let's say this is one computer which is infected, so it will not target, it will not target to that one. This is a computer which is already infected. Okay, so if it is infected means it is malfunctioned or infected, let's say it is not working, so it will this is the infected one, so it will not target to this. It is it is infected, so it will target, so it is uninfected, so it will target. Okay, so my point is that it's an infected one, so it will not target that one. So it is a uninfected computer, okay, so it will target to that one. Okay, so worm often originate from email. What is the source? Source is email. Okay, email, or you can say some websites also, websites. Okay, so that's why some cyber experts always advise. So what is that advice? Do not download anything. Okay, do not download anything from untrusted websites. Okay, untrusted websites or unverified sources. Okay, so also this is my advice. So do not download anything from untrusted websites. I know that you guys are watching movies. Okay, yeah, somebody is writing something: harmful software that damages or infects computer network. Very good, Bismita. Then everything is she. Yeah, okay, it's ID. I don't know what's your name. So she, okay, is writing harmful code to access unauthorized software. Yes, you are right, correct. So it's my advice. So do not download anything from untrusted websites or unverified sources. Yes, I was giving one example. Yes, so you guys are watching movies in webs from untrusted websites. You are downloading that one. Yes, in your colleges or in your hostels, you are doing these things, right? So you are sometimes due to some issue, you may not you cannot go to your the nearest theater to watch movies. So that's why you are downloading the softwares, or some softwares are there, like you are installing that software and you are watching free movies, or you are just directly downloading it from the malicious website. Okay, so that is that may be a trap for you. So once you are clicking on that link, so your mobile will be hacked, or your payment apps will be logged. Okay, they can do any misuse of that. Okay, so do not do that. Okay, so just try to avoid that one. Okay, so we learned what virus, and we also learned what worm. Okay, so if you have learned this one worm, kindly mention in the chat box that worm. Please mention worm. Okay, everybody. So this is a kind of activity, so you all have to do it in the class. Okay, please mention. Let me check for writing. Very good, Vishnu Priya. Worm, yes. Anyone? Vishmita, very good. Satyajit, very good. Swadhin, you are also watching, very good. Anyone else? Okay, great. So let's move to our next point, which is Trojan horse. Okay, third point is Trojan horse. Okay, so what is Trojan horse? So Trojan horse is also a malicious program or a software that occurs unexpected changes to computer setting and unusual activity even when the computer should be idle. Okay, so it misleads the user of its true intent. Okay, it appears to be a normal application, but when opened or executed, some malicious code will run in the background. Okay, so all these things are malicious program. Okay, so let me give one example. Okay, let's say there is a software called Vidmate. Okay, you might have heard of this name. Okay, Vidmate is a software when you want to download one video from social media, you can copy that link and you can paste it in that Vidmate application. Okay, and you can download that video. Okay, so that's the thing, Vidmate. Okay, so it is very popular software. Like, it's not available in the Play Store, so you can download it from the browser, from the internet. Okay, in the internet itself, you can, internet means in the browser you have to search and you can download that one. Okay, so let's say you want to install that application. Okay, so you searched in the browser in Vidmate. Okay, so many links have come. Okay, there are so many links, one by one it is coming. So randomly you just clicked on the fourth page, you click on that link and you try to install it. Okay, so when you install that one, so you gave all the permission, allow this thing, read permission, execute permission, microphone access, everything you have given. Okay, so like after some time, like you just noticed that 5,000 rupees got deducted from your account. Okay, so can anyone tell me that what may be the reason for it? In the chat box, please mention. Like, you installed Vidmate, you just searched on the browser, you got so many links, and randomly you selected one fourth or fifth page link. Its name is also Vidmate. You installed it, and after 5 or 10 minutes, you are just noticing that 5,000 rupees got deducted from your account. What may be the reason for it? Yes, please mention in the chat box. Those who know, please, like those who know this, I am just asking to them, what may be the reason for it? Why 5,000 rupees got deducted? Yes. Okay, so let me tell you what may be the reason. Okay, so always prefer the top page link. Okay, you are searching Vidmate. Okay, so whatever link you will get in the first page, always click that link. That is the verified one. Okay, because that application maintains the SEO ranking. Okay, for the websites. Okay, other links which are coming below, do not click on any link. Okay, that may be the suspicious. Okay, so when I installed the application from a random page from the website, what will happen? This is the application Bidmit I have downloaded. Okay, this is the Bidmit one. So along with this software, another software will be combined with this software, which is like a harmful one. So this is original software. Okay, this is the original one, but along with it, another we can say malicious software will be bind with it. Okay, ये सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ दूसरा एक सॉफ्टवेयर बाइंड किया होगा, दोनों एक साथ मर्ज किया जाएगा. मर्ज हो गया तो अभी क्या होगा, तो आपने इंस्टॉल कर दिया. ये आपका एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन है, तो एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन में आपने क्या कर दिया, इंस्टॉल कर दिया. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आप फ़ोन में आप विडमेट सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल कर दिए. तो जब आप विडमेट ओपन करोगे तो ये विडमेट के साथ ये जो हार्मफुल सॉफ्टवेयर है ये भी ओपन हो जाएगा. ओके, so I mean to say, whenever you want to install, you want to open this Vidmate application, so along with that another harmful software which is already bind by the hacker, it will be also opened in the background without your knowledge. Okay, so you don't know that it has already opened in your background. Okay, so as you have already given all the permission, to this software, so by default this malicious software will also take the permission from this Vidmate application. Okay, so why it happened? So that means you have given all the permission. Okay, so now it is keeping an eye on you, whatever you are doing. Okay, so let's say within that 5 minutes I have opened my PhonePe application and I have done a transaction, so it has already recorded because I have given all the permission to Vidmate application. So that's why it may be the reason for deducting 5,000 rupees from my account. Okay, now you understood what is Trojan Horse. So Trojan Horse is what? So it is a malicious program that occurs unexpected changes to computer setting. Sometimes also, like if you are trying to open your Facebook account from a different device, so you may get a notification immediately that one unusual activity has been noticed in this location. Let's say you are in Dhinkanal or whatever, so from that location it will be mentioned that on an unusual activity is showing from this location for your account. Okay, so that's the thing. So that is for the application. So Trojan Horse is a malicious program which intent is to change the settings of your system. Okay, or to create unusual activity in your system. That means without the user's knowledge, everything will be compromised. Even if you are not doing anything in your system, automatically it will be changing all these things, all the settings from your laptop or your computer. Okay, so it misleads the user of its true intent. Okay, so why the user will know that one malicious software has already downloaded? Okay, before, I'm just giving you an example. Before 6 to 7 years back, I'm just taking the example. Before 7 years, you might have noticed that one. You have downloaded one game in the Play Store or from the browser, automatically 2 to 3 games will be there in your phone. So you will be surprised. I have downloaded one application. How 2 to 3 games have been downloaded? That's the thing. So automatically these things will be combined with that program. It is the work of that hacker. Hacker will what? Hacker will combine one malicious software with that original one. So when you will try to open the original software, along with that one malicious program will be opened. Okay, so that is what? That is Trojan Horse. If you guys have understood this one, Trojan Horse, please mention understood Trojan Horse. Yes, everybody. Please mention Trojan Horse. Very good, Vishnupriya. Others, please mention. What about others? Please mention. Only I got one response from Vishnupriya. What about others? Please mention. Please hurry up. Please mention that you have understood this Trojan horse. Okay, great. So let's switch to another one, which is backdoors. Okay, backdoors. This is the fourth point. So what is backdoor? Okay, so backdoor is a what? Trojan horse. Omraj, thank you Omraj. So what is backdoor? So it is a method that bypasses the normal authentication process. Okay, so developer may create backdoor so that an application or one operating system can be accessed for troubleshooting or other purposes. Okay, so like what is a backdoor? I'm just trying to explain. So like let's say this is one software. Okay, software A, okay, made by one developer. Okay, this is one developer, this is one developer. Okay, so this developer made one software A. Okay, so now you tell me, let's say if there will be some issue. Okay, let's there is some issue happened with the software. Let's say the server got crashed or some internal issue happened in the software. Okay, due to some issue the application will not work. So there will be one troubleshooter. Okay, troubleshooter. Sometimes you might have noticed in your laptop that due to some issue your system will not work. Okay, so there will be one option, troubleshooting. Okay, once you click on that option, automatically your system will be troubleshooted. Okay, so that is a different thing for OS, operating system. Okay, but for application the developer must keep one backdoor. Okay, the developer must keep one backdoor so that the troubleshooter can troubleshoot the application. Okay, so developer is another, developer can also troubleshoot. Okay, but there are also some troubleshooter are there, or some you can say customer support teams. Okay, or technical support teams are there. Okay, so they do troubleshoot for their software. Okay, so a developer must keep a backdoor for the troubleshooting thing for a software. Okay, so if your software get any problem, so the troubleshooter can troubleshoot the thing. But now what happens? So here the particular hacker can bypass the method for authentication process. Like for everything, if you go to an website, so there will be one login process. There will be one login page. Okay, where you can log in. So for login, okay, it must have some options. Okay, you can notice it is available for every software. So okay, login for developer. Okay, login for user. Okay, login for technical teams. Okay, technical teams. Login for system administrator, system admins. Okay, login for let's say manager, okay, manager slash team leads, okay, TLs, okay. So there are so many options are there for login thing, okay. So for every login there will be some authentication steps. In the first class or second class, I'm just I can remember I have already discussed that one, authentication, okay. So authentication process should be there, okay. So for authentication you must have to put your user ID and password, right? User ID and password, okay. Also some steps are there, security questions, okay, security questions, or maybe some OTPs, right? Or some device, from a device you can get the OTP and you can put it there to log in into your account, okay. So backdoors are what? So in it is a method that bypasses the normal authentication process, okay. सो ये जो बैकडोर है, ये बैकडोर क्रिएट किया गया होगा किसके थ्रू? डेवलपर के थ्रू, क्योंकि उसके थ्रू ही आप क्या करोगे कि लॉगिन, उसके थ्रू ही आप ट्रबल शूट कर पाओगे, ठीक है. बट दिस इज़ फॉर होम, दिस इज़ फॉर द डेवलपर और द ट्रबल शूटर. बट वो जो ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोसेस होता है, ओके, वो ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोसेस को वो क्या करते हैं? बाईपास कर लेते हैं. बाईपास मतलब क्या करना रहता है कि उसको अवॉइड कर देते हैं. वो बाईपास मतलब ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोसेस को स्किप कर देते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली वो स्किप हो जाता है और क्या होता है? लॉगिन हो जाता है. तो वो है बैकडोर. वो एक प्रोग्राम है जो प्रोग्राम इंजेक्ट करने से वो क्या करेगा कि वो जो ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोसेस है उसको वो बाईपास कर देगा या फिर उसको अवॉइड कर देगा, इग्नोर कर देगा. तो ऑटोमेटिकली इग्नोर हो जाएगा, ठीक, ऑटोमेटिकली लॉगिन हो जाएगा आपके सिस्टम में. तो सिस्टम में लॉगिन करने के लिए ऑथेंटिकेशन चाहिए. ऑथेंटिकेशन, यूज़र आईडी, पासवर्ड, रेटिना स्कैनिंग, व्हाटएवर, फिर फिंगरप्रिंट, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. पर उसको अगर हम लोग इग्नोर कर देंगे, स्किप कर देंगे थ्रू सम प्रोग्राम, तो आपका एप्लीकेशन ओपन हो जाएगा. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट, दैट इज़ द बैकडोर्स, ओके. तो ये बेसिकली ऑथेंटिकेशन स्टेप्स रखा गया होगा किसके लिए? ट्रबल शूटर के लिए. ट्रबल शूटर भी अगर एंट्री करेगा वो ऑथेंटिकेशन स्टेप्स के थ्रू ही वो लॉगिन करेगा और वो सारा चीज़ कर पाएगा. उसको अटैकर लोग या फिर हैकर लोग क्या कर लेते हैं? बाईपास कर देते हैं और डायरेक्टली एंट्री कर जाते हैं किस में? सिस्टम में, ओके. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट, दिस इज़ योर backdoor, okay. So I guess all of you have understood this backdoor. So if you have understood, please mention in the chat box that backdoor. Please mention everyone backdoor if you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, I can make you understand once again, please. Whoever are watching, please mention in the chat box. Yes, backdoors, yes, good. Vishnu Priya, Satyajit, very good, okay. What about others? Please mention. Okay, so we discussed what? Backdoors. We discussed Trojan horse, worms and virus. Next one is bots. Okay, bots, number 5. Okay, so what is a bot? So bot, we can call it in short term bot, but what is the full form? Robot. Okay, so actually it's what? Robot. That means it does the work automatically. So a bot is an automated process that interacts with other network services. Some bots program automatically, okay, while others only execute through commands, okay, when they receive specific input. Okay, so common examples of birds are crawlers, also crawlers, chat room bots, and malicious bots. Okay, nowadays you can watch it in Telegram. Okay, if you can open Telegram, there are so many channels are there that is working through bots. Okay, bots means what? Robots, which is working through some automated process. Okay, so it automatically interact with other network services. Okay, or sometimes it can be execute through commands. Okay, like let's say it is your system. Okay, it is another system, okay, so all these systems are connected with a network. Okay, it is connected with a network. Okay, so it is your system, you are the user, you are also the user, and it is the admin, okay, who controls, or you can say the main server, which is the master server. Okay, so now this server is controlling all the user applications. Okay, so many user applications are there. Let's say you are the user, you are using Telegram. This is one Telegram channel, it is also one other Telegram channel. Let's say it is also Telegram channel. Okay, let's say you send a joining request to this channel or this platform. Let's say this is one channel you want to join. Okay, this request goes to this, also this user wants to request also this. Okay, now the admin will check and it will accept. Okay, it will accept. So now it will take some time to accept all these things. Okay, so for that they made this concept bots or robots. So they will automatically accept your request, they will check and they will accept automatically. Okay, so that is what that is bots. Okay, but this we are using for general things. Okay, this is legal. Okay, but when we come to attack thing, or in terms of hacker, if we discuss the term bots, so what they do? So like they automatically install in your system. Not automatically, you have, let's say you have downloaded one software from a untrusted website, so it will be there in your system, in your mobile, let's say, or in your computer, it will be there, and it will work as a spy automatically. It will extract your information and it will send to the admin. Let me give an example. Remember, in 2021, okay, our government declared that all mobile gaming applications, let's say that there was one PUBG game, right? So PUBG game got banned. Why it got banned? It got banned because it gave all the information, user information, to the company itself, the China company. Okay, it gave all the information, Indian user information to China. Okay, so they can do the misuse of that. Okay, so I just want to give that example for your bot. Okay, so in bot, it work as a spy. It extract all the information, or it collects all the information and sends to the particular server. Okay, which is connected with your network. Okay, so that is your bots. Okay, so common examples of bots are given, that crawler or chat bots, you can say, or malicious bots. Okay, so these are the examples of what? System based attacks. Okay, have you understood these things? Have you guys understood these things? Please mention. Now you mention bots in the chat box. Yes, please mention, everybody. Just waiting for your confirmation. Okay, very good, Vishnu Priya. What about others? Please mention bots. So I'll be sending these things, the notes, in the description link. Okay, yesterday also I have not given, so yesterday's notes and today's notes will be given together in the description. Okay, so in the evening you can download. Bismita, very good. Satyed, very good. So we discussed all these things. We discussed the web based attacks and system based attacks. Okay, it's now completed. So let's come to another one. So also I've discussed CIA triad. Okay, we discuss these things. Okay, so let's discuss the attacks classification now. Okay, so you see the attack, because we are discussing the attack concept, so I am discussing this portion, attack classification. Okay, so you see here, attack is of two types. One is active attack and another one is passive attack. Okay, so yes, so what is active attack? Okay, so active attack means what? Involves altering system resources for affecting their operations. Okay, so you can give the example of replay attack, masquerade, denial of service, or message modification. Okay, so I also discussed that one, but let me discuss it once again. Active attack means what? Involves altering the resources for affecting their operation. Okay, so that means what? Active attack means direct involvement. Okay, direct involvement. Okay, and you can call passive attack as indirect involvement. Okay, direct involvement and indirect involvement. Okay, so what happens in the replay attack? Let me discuss it. Replay. Okay, so let's say this is a sender. Okay, sender, I'm just giving one example. Sender, let's say Shreyas. Okay, sender, S for Shreyas, S for sender. Okay, let's say Shreyas sent a message to whom? Shreyas sent a message to, let's say, OD gamers here. OD gamers. So OD gamers is a receiver. Okay, Shreyas is the sender, OD gamers is the receiver. Okay, so Shreyas sent a message to receiver or OD gamers. Okay, with a trust. Okay, that means Shreyas knows that receiver is the original one. Okay, and Shreyas know that the receiver has already received the message. Okay, but what happened next? But in between that, one eavesdropper or one third party, we can say third party. So in third party, which is the attacker, we can say attacker what attacker modifies the message. Okay, now attacker modifies the message. Shreyas sent the message that let's say return me the pen drive. Let's say, I'm just give you an example. Let's say Shreyas gave the message to OD gamers, return me the pen drive. Okay, now this third party thing or the attacker modified the message and mentioned that do not return the pen drive. Okay, again it accessed and it again sent the message to whom? The OD gamers. Like the message, Shreyas message has not reached to the receiver, but in between the communication time, okay, the third party or attacker changed the message or modified the message and sent from his location, okay, and sent to the receiver. Okay, so what will the receiver think? The receiver think that the message is from the original source. The receiver think, okay, the receiver will think what? That the message is what? Message is original. It has come from the original source, but actually it's not. Okay, so that is what it's called as replay attack. Okay, so in the replay attack, the direct involvement of the user happens. Okay, also masquerade is also what it pretends as the original user, original sender, but actually it's not. That is masquerade. Okay, then denial of service I have already explained in the previous class. So denial of service means what? Let me explain it once again. So denial of service means, let's say you want to access to a server. Okay, DOS. So this is DOS. So what happens in the DOS? Let's say this is an attacker. Okay, this is sender or the user, I can say. Better if I write user, right? But better term is user. This is one user. Now user wants to access this server. Okay, so user will click on this link. Okay, there is a link. User clicked on that link and tried to get the access of the server. Now the attacker, this is the attacker will it sends, attacker will send what? Some traffics, or it generates traffics and sends to this particular server. Okay, when the attacker sends multiple traffics to the server, whatever the resources will be available in the resources, in the server, whatever the resources will be available in the server, now it will be what? Not available. So ultimately the server will be crashed. Okay, when you will send multiple traffics to a particular server, the server will be crashed. Okay, that means you cannot access the resources, you cannot access the server. Okay, so you try to get the access, attacker make it unavailable. So that's why it is called as denial of service or DOS attack. Okay, so hope you understood this concept. So let's come to this message modification. So now what is message modification? So in message modification, the attacker, this also I discussed yesterday, I have given one example about it. In message modification, so the message will be changed. Okay, So let's say I'm giving one example. If you have watched one movie called Three Idiots, okay, I guess you have watched this movie Three Idiots. So in Three Idiots movie, you can see like there is a character called Chatur, and another character of Amir Khan was like Rancho, right? So what Rancho did, Rancho changed the entire speech of Chatur, and okay, so that when Chatur Chatur gave the speech, so everyone laughed at him. Why? So because everything was changed. Okay, his meaning is completely changed. So that is what, that is your message modification. So message modification means without the knowledge of the user, the message will be changed or modified. So that is message modification. Okay, let's come to this part. Passive attack. So what is this passive attack? So it involves monitoring and or eavesdropping or transmission. So let me give an example. Okay, you might have seen many scenes from movies where let's say there is a criminal who have done some criminal activity. Now there is a police who is keeping an eye upon that criminal. Okay, now what will happen? So let's say the criminal is watching let's say the criminal is talking with someone. Okay, let's say the criminal is talking with someone. So and the police will tap his phone, and whatever he is communicating, the criminal is communicating, the police can hear all his communication, all the communication, whatever they have discussed, the police will be listening to that, and accordingly they can catch the criminal. Okay, so that is what, that is the third party thing. Whenever any communication is happening, if someone, there is a third person who can who can monitor, who can who can listen all their communication, so that is what, that's the third party kind of thing, or that is called as monitoring or eavesdropping. Okay, that is called as the attacker is called as eavesdropper. Okay, so what happens? Release of message contents. First point, release of this one, release of message contents. That means what, whatever the message will be there, someone is there which is listening their talkings. That is release of message content. And traffic analysis. Let's say there is a communication happened from our Indian Army. Let's say this is Indian Army Campus 1, Indian Army Campus 2. They are communicating with a secure channel. So let's say Pakistan Army is listening their conversation through any kind of medium. So that is called as what, traffic analysis. They can hear all these things. So that is what, release of message content. That is the first example I am giving. So let's another one, traffic analysis. Okay, what is traffic analysis? Let's say you have visited so many websites. Okay, so when you are visiting to so many websites, traffics will be generated. Okay, for each websites. When traffic will be generated for each websites, if one attacker can get the access of your browser or any kind of thing, so they can analyze the traffic, which websites you have visited. He can know whatever the contents you have watched, he can know. Okay, whatever the activities you have done, he can monitor, he can know everything, he can get the access, he can know everything. Once he get the access of your browser and all, so he can analyze the traffic. What is the traffic? Whenever you are visiting to a website, to any platform, one traffic will be generated. Okay, so sometimes you might have watched that one website is got crashed. Why website got crashed? Let's say during Durga Puja, if you visit Amazon platform, the Amazon platform will be very slow. You're trying to get the access, but Amazon platform will be slow. You're trying to do the payment, but your payment will be stopped. What is the reason? Because of traffic. Because during that time, many users are trying to access one platform. So the previous example which I was giving, denial of service, the attacker sends multiple traffics to that server, so ultimately the server will be crashed. Okay, so I hope you understood this passive attack. So in the passive attack, the first example or first point is release of message content. So what is release of message content? Means like whenever any conversation is happening between two parties, if any third party can hear, listen, monitor all these activities, so that is what release of message content. He can know all the whatever the conversation is going on, so accordingly according to that conversation, he can do any kind of attack. He uses those information to conduct one attack. Okay, second example is traffic analysis. So in traffic analysis, what happens? In traffic analysis, the attacker analyze the traffics which are generated in your mobile or in your system. It takes the benefit of that and do the misuse or he attack. Okay, so this is all about your attack classification. So tomorrow we'll be discussing some attack vectors, some cyber warfare and other things will be discussed tomorrow. Okay, so thank you for joining today. So those who have joined, so I'm just requesting them to subscribe our channel. Okay, and if you have any friend who are studying in other colleges or universities, you can share our group link to them so that they can join our group. Okay, so they can also take the benefit of our class, because this is a free class, anyone can join. Okay, and also subscribe and like, and once this live class ends, okay, after some time you can visit and you can give some comments, okay, in our channel, the particular this for this video. Okay, so thank you for joining today. So we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, have a great day. Bye.